Yep, Ashton Good. I am the Director of Integrated Marketing for Arlo. It basically means that I handle all of our outbound communications and marketing, video assets, our copy, messaging, all those types of things to the public. So I've been at Arlo for a little over a year. And before that, really my background, I started in tech actually right out of college. I worked for Intel for 7 years. And then really where my relevant experience to Arlo comes into play is I managed smart locks, like on your door. I managed that for a company called Kwikset, which isn't in Europe, but it's one of the #1 brands in North America. And so what I did was I managed all the smart products for Kwikset. So that's really where I got my understanding of all things connected devices, IoT, Z-Wave, Zigbee, and so forth, Wi-Fi. So that's really kind of the synergies that brought me to Arlo. So Arlo was actually started as part of Netgear and started in cameras. And then most recently, as of last year, we went public on our own on the New York Stock Exchange last August. So we are now a separate company and developing our own software and technology or security technology products. We just launched recently this year our Ultra camera, which really set the bar for security cameras. 4K video. Color night vision, noise canceling, two-way audio, and so forth. But in addition to products, we really see our AI software taking hold and going more after a subscription-based model. And so really, if you start looking into the future of Arlo, it's not just about the camera, but it's about the whole solution, which includes software and our AI software called Smart. And essentially what that does is it makes your camera smarter. And what it does is it has predictive technology on it to alert you for things that matter, and conversely take away things that don't. So with the introduction of custom activity zones, where you can draw your own areas of interest that you care about being notified for if something happens within that area, it alerts you for people, packages, vehicles, and most recently we just launched alarm detection. So if an alarm goes off in your house, it alerts you for that. So what you're paying for in that subscription is really the ability to get those notifications, as well as being able to look back. So it also comes with cloud storage. We take data privacy very, very seriously, and so as such, we are very transparent to the consumer about where their data is and where it's, how it's used. Part of being Arlo and being an independent company and not being owned by somebody else, we were able to really take control of the consumer data and protect it more efficiently and better than most. So with that, given GDPR, it's kind of what you're referring to, and allowing consumers really to control their data and how it's used is a big part of what we stand for at Arlo. Well, I really think if you look at the trends that are happening if you look over the next couple of years, I really think it's coming down to data and how data is used, and conversely, as you asked, about how it's protected. So I think how data is used, especially for us, we were talking about artificial intelligence and how all of this data that companies are getting, how is that used? I think you're going to see more and more companies trying to help other companies make sense of that and make it be smarter and useful. So I see that as probably one of the biggest trends that's happening in the industry. Well, I think what's interesting to point out is while we might be a little bit of a smaller player versus some of our competitors, we are still a very big player. So as far as longevity goes, I think we have a pretty established foothold that we continue to invest in, both from a product standpoint and a software standpoint. So what's going to happen in the IoT space in the next 10 years is a really hard question, because it changes a lot. So if I could predict what's going to happen in 10 years, well, what I can comment on from an Arlo standpoint is we are continuing to invest in our core product lines, continue to expand into new markets and categories, as well as invest in our software. So I mentioned the software is a very important piece, growing piece for Arlo.